Leo season begins on Thursday, July 22nd and lasts until Monday, August 22nd. Get ready to speak louder, seek the spotlight, and take more selfies. Let's break it down and talk about all 12 signs. My name is Anastasia. I'm a traditional Western astrologer specializing in natal, relationship, and predictive readings. If you're new to my channel, please hit the like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. And if you'd like to work with me, if you'd like to book a reading, you can check out the link down below for that as well. I am currently doing a Leo season special, which means you get 20% off if you are a Leo sun, and you can also gift a reading to a friend. You get 20% off the natal and solar return readings. Check out the link in the description of this video. Additionally, this video is sponsored by Keen.com, the service that connects you with talented tarot readers and psychics that can provide a deeper understanding of your unique problem and offer you clarity and insight and possible solutions. All you need to do is create an account with them, and you will be able to choose from hundreds of readers available right now. I have worked with Keen and I have only great things to say about them. You definitely want to check them out. And right now they're running a special where you can get your first 10 minutes for only $1.99. That is approximately up to $70 in savings. You definitely want to give them a try. Go to trykeen.com/Anastasia or click the link in the description to save big on your first reading. So, we are fresh from Cancer season. Cancer season would have been super emotional for many of us, myself including. There's been Sun-Pluto opposition, Mercury-Pluto opposition, a lot of just kind of, tough energy early in the month, in the middle of the month, confusion with Venus squaring Neptune. Leo season will be more exciting just because that's the nature of the Leo energy, is just more fun, more playful versus being more in the feels. So that's exciting. We're getting outside of that more challenging emotional tear-filled period and we're going into Leo. I'm sort of, when I was preparing for this video, I feel like Cancer is like Cinderella struggling, or like Cancer season was like a little bit like Cinderella fighting with her evil stepmother, and sort of like, Pluto was the evil stepmother. We all had to face certain darkness, certain frustrations, subconscious issues coming to light. And then Leo season is like Cinderella at the party, where everyone is like, ooh, who's this new girl? She's so beautiful. And she's kind of coming in and stealing the spotlight. So the sun, whenever the sun travels through the zodiac, it is at the mercy of the planet that rules the sign that the sun is visiting. Whenever the sun is in Leo, that's the sign that the sun rules. So many S sounds. But the sun is in rulership in Leo. It means that the planet feels at ease. It means that the planet is more generous with us, and it's a lot easier to get in touch with the solar qualities and the solar energies. So the energy of the sun, the confidence, the brightness, the creativity, the certainty, the light, the charisma, and all of that kind of stuff is just easily accessible. We feel like naturally at ease being in the spotlight. So if you're someone who doesn't like being the center of attention, during Leo season you might enjoy it, especially depending on the house that Leo is in your chart, and more on that later. Leo is the fixed fire sign, meaning that the light of Leo burns very steadily and warms all the people around it. I like the comparison of Leo to a campfire that people gather around. And if you have close Leo friends, you might agree, right? Let me know if you do in the comments below. But like, you might agree that next to them, you feel warm, you feel supported. Like, they do give the best compliments. They can be quite direct and quite blunt, and we will experience it as, everyone who's living through a Leo season. But at the same time, there's just like a lot of care, a lot of attention, a lot of warmth, like a natural desire to share the light with other people. So we can expect to be louder. Mercury is in Leo at this point until August 4th, I believe. So you are very charismatic in your speech. You may be more funny, maybe better at like telling jokes and anecdotes and toasting to things. You have zero fear to speak up your mind. Mercury would have been in Cancer right before that, and that Cancer-Pluto opposition, that issue between like, am I establishing myself as an authority figure, or am I being sensitive? Am I setting up boundaries, putting up boundaries, or am I maintaining peace? Challenge could have been quite tough. My Cancer rising friend was struggling with her child acting out, and it's quite literally like, you know, how do you handle this frustrating situation? Do you maintain your Cancerian approach where like the child and you want to protect them and take care of them, or do you like establish yourself or express yourself as more Plutonian? Really, questions of balance I think were very important during Cancer season, especially with Pluto being in Capricorn exactly opposited. So Leo season, Mercury's in Leo. We are loud, we're bold, we have no fear speaking our mind, no problem. We're gonna tell you as is. We'll do it likely with charm and confidence and smile. Barack Obama has Mercury in Leo, and he's a Leo, and he speaks with, he's likely the most charismatic president in the US history, in my personal opinion. I'm not super familiar with all the US presidents. JFK may have been pretty great too, but I think like Barack Obama is definitely noticeable and a joy to look at. So you may experience during Leo's season a desire to be in the spotlight. Once again, like, you know, not necessarily just like, look at me, I'm the best, but maybe in the sector that Leo is in your chart, you may embody that like light. I'm a Libra rising, so for me, Leo is the house of friendships, and I have always noticed that when it comes to friendships, I sort of like take the lead a lot of times. It changes, of course, you know, it like varies, but there has been a period in my life where I was the one that's just like gathering people together, and like I sort of do like being a leader in my friendship. So maybe, you know, that's where that light shows up. And in terms of like wanting to be seen, wanting to be accounted for, you might enjoy taking more pictures of yourself. You might enjoy creating. Leo is a very playful, creative energy. So wanting to put yourself out there, film content with yourself, present yourself on social media, definitely there's a chance for that you'll enjoy that more. Romantically, Venus will enter Leo as well on August 11th. So romantically, you may be more willing to take risks, more interested in the drama. Be careful with that, because there's always a warning with the Leo season or any Leo energy that we just mainly care about our own agenda. Of course, you know, depends on your individual placements, depends on how you deal with it, but there might be that tendency to just project out there without necessarily paying attention to whether people are still listening or not. So be careful, pay attention. We want to go out, we want to socialize, we want to be surrounded by people, we want to party, we want to have fun. So definitely a great opportunity to connect with people and to be maybe a source of support for them, because if you are a noble Leo king, you want to share your light with other people. Some of the important dates to note: in late July, we actually enter Leo season with a very unusual, rare transit where Mars, Uranus, and North Node all come together in the sign of Taurus. And so we may experience a little bit of like revolutionary energy right off the bat during Leo season. It's Uranus is rebellion, Mars is action, North Node amplifies. So there might be amplification of like new things, change, innovation on a global level, of course, but also on a personal level. You may feel like a maker of your own destiny, which you are in general, but like with this transit, there might be even more of like an urge to make changes, to innovate, to introduce new beginnings into your life. A sense of awakening might come. Like there might be like a lightning strike that inspires you and gets you excited about things. Of course, there might be protests on a larger level. There might be potentially some kind of natural events that maybe are disruptive, like, you know, earthquakes or some kind of like storms or anything like that, because Taurus is an earth sign and Uranus shakes things up. So we might literally deal with like a natural event. And, you know, Taurus deals with food and comfort and money, pleasure in life. So there might be also changes happening in those sectors of the chart. It's very hard to predict with Uranus whether they are positive or negative, but the more adaptable you are, the better your chances. And of course, it's always hard with all of this fixed energy, right? Of course, when you put the sun in Leo and you have Uranus in Taurus and you have Saturn in Aquarius, you're automatically creating a lot of tension between all the fixed signs. So some of the tension might be especially felt if you have strong placements in the fixed signs, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. So yeah, like a little bit of tension, possibly a jolt, revolution, excitement. There's a lovely new moon in Leo on July 28th with a trine to Jupiter. So this feels, you know, it's kind of happening together with that Uranian energy. You are reinventing yourself. You are embracing your life. You're stepping up and maybe planting a seed of creativity, joy, authenticity, trying, you know, express yourself, trying to believe in yourself. So that feels exciting. But then we are in for some more challenging energies during this Leo season. On August 7th, Mars will square Saturn, and then on August 14th, Sun will oppose Saturn. So this feels like Saturn likes to say not yet or no. So if you experience at the end of July some sort of sense of like, this is who I am, I can no longer hold it in, I need to express it, I need to make a video about it, I need to start a business, I need to change jobs, whatever it might be, you will have to deal with Saturn. Saturn! We love Saturn, but Saturn, you know, Saturn blocks you sometimes. Saturn makes you question things, question your commitment to things. Are you ready? Do you have enough resources? Do you have the time to accomplish the things you want to accomplish? Do you need to get help, right? Like all of these serious grown-up questions that Saturn asks. So August 7th, August 14th might feel a little bit like stoplight that lasts a really long time, maybe. You know, definitely that week from August 7th until August 14th can create a sense of just like being pushed back, having to rethink things, having to recommit, and maybe having to deal with some kind of power, some kind of force that is stronger than you, that you have to account for. And like, once again, it could be inner things, like you want to be a parent, but you're starting a business, but you're pregnant, and you need to just figure out how to approach it in the best way. Venus enters Leo on August 11th, so that's a bit of a maybe happier energy. Venus will be supportive. In Leo, it's bright, it's, you know, you might want to wear bright colors, you might want to role play in your relationship, maybe just have some kind of exciting relationship dynamic. And then August 18th is actually quite lovely because Venus will trine Jupiter. And Venus, in a positive aspect to Jupiter, is good luck to any Venusian/Jupiterian initiatives. So business matters, relationship, creativity, socializing, asking people for favors, really exciting. and positive energy. So let's take it through all 12 signs and see how this might affect you. And let's start backwards. Let's start with Pisces rising, because Pisces has been giving me feedback that they don't get enough time and enough attention. So Pisces rising, this begins, Leo season happens in your 6th house. This is the place of health and service and vitality. So the sun coming into your 6th house is definitely nice. It's invigorating. It's likely going to encourage you to take center stage in your career, to maybe ask for what you deserve, just kind of be more bold, more courageous, more independent in what you do. Your relationships with colleagues will get highlighted. Maybe you'll get a chance to lead some kind of project, some kind of initiative. Definitely a great time to take care of your physical well-being, to maybe eat healthier, maybe get rid of any negative habits you might have. Like if you're smoking, for example, you might decide that you don't want to smoke anymore. And any changes you can make to your work environment in order to streamline it and to have more recognition, because ultimately Leo energy wants to be recognized. And it's the 6th house too. So, especially great for like recognition when it comes to the daily work, when it comes to legal matters if you're a lawyer, medical matters if you work in the medical field. You might also just like naturally want to go to the doctor and take care of your health. For Aquarius rising, Leo is their 7th house. So the sun going in your 7th house highlights all of your relationship dynamics. The new moon on July 28th is lovely for starting a new relationship. You might naturally, like let's say if you've been focused on other things with the sun in Cancer, maybe your work, now focus shifts, especially starting on August 11th until early September when Venus enters Virgo. You will be a lot more focused on your relationships and going out and getting together with people. This is a great time to improve your relationships, to have important conversations, to go on fun dates, to sign any contracts too and enter any partnerships, because it's not just about romantic relationships, especially if you're single. This light is just getting darker and darker. I feel like I've been here before. Hopefully it's still okay, as long as you can see my face. So focusing on relationships, focusing on improving relationships. Watch out for a little bit of like ego battles, trying to maybe push your agenda on the other person, being too stubborn when it comes to your ideas, like feeling like your point of view is the only correct point of view. You definitely don't want to err on the side of like, my opinion is the only right opinion. And be careful also, I think that would be probably the main thing, because like Mercury will also be there after August 11th. I think things will be easier, or maybe like August 14th is tricky, but then after that things sort of smooth over. Of course Venus has to make the same aspects, so it's always ups and downs in astrology. I feel like it's very rare that you can say that something is just easy and smooth. But yeah, a lot of focus on your relationships, a lot of focus on your partnerships. Great time to redefine the contractual obligations you have, or any relationship dynamics you have that you may feel like maybe they don't serve you anymore. For Capricorn risings, Leo season highlights your 8th house, which deals with shared resources, debts, and taxes, and any money that you owe to others or money that is owed to you. So your partner's finances might be highlighted in a way that maybe something exciting is happening in their life. They're getting a raise, a bonus, a promotion, an inheritance, or this could be you that is very focused on your finances and possibly paying off debts, taking care of any insurance payments, and sort of handling financial matters. This could be a great time to come up with a financial strategy to sort of like clean up all of your finances, like pay off any bills, make sure you're not forgetting anything. You might naturally just be like very focused on things. 8th house deals with inheritance, as mentioned, so maybe you're working on the matters related to inheritance, but it also deals with like therapy sometimes and healing, and it's a very transformative house. So a lot of times we need to transform our dependencies on other people. So finances are a very literal dependency, and sometimes it's about more therapeutic energy and like sort of handling things that we need to transform on a mental level. So look beneath the surface, see what needs to be worked on, what needs to be transformed in your life. For Sagittarius rising, Leo season highlights your 9th house, so it's a great time to go on a trip. Love 9th house seasons for going away, expanding your mind. So traveling can definitely be a lot of fun right now, same as interacting with people who are foreign, kind of sharing in the knowledge with foreign people. Maybe you're working with foreign people, maybe you just have friends who are of a different culture teaching you about the nature of like Japan or something. I actually, weirdly, it happened to me when the sun was in my 9th house, exactly that. But it's a place, 9th house is the place of higher learning, higher mind, and travel is just one way through which we gain education, knowledge, but you can also learn at this time. You can also read an exciting book, watch an educational movie, take an online course. You're seeking to expand your life through all the different means. And maybe even questioning religion. Astrology could be very significant to you right now. Learning a foreign language. Anything you can do to get yourself out of a rut or get yourself more excited. Pursue things that make you feel alive. For Scorpio rising, Leo is the 10th house. So Leo season highlights your 10th house, which deals with your work life. And Leo wants to shine. Leo wants to be seen. Leo wants to be recognized. So this is your time from July 22nd until August 22nd to just go full speed ahead, ask for recognition, express yourself creatively, ask for more responsibilities, and choose projects that maybe put you outside of your comfort zone a little bit, the projects that inspire you, creative projects, but also projects that let you perform and speak in front of a lot of people, because it's a great time to improve your professional life. It's a great time to ask for more, and other people will naturally, especially after August 11th, when Venus enters Leo, there's going to be more approval, more recognition towards your life. Of course, make sure you're not just focusing too heavily on work, and allow some time for play, maybe even with colleagues. Or, like I said, finding projects that feel like play, like projects that feel joyful. For Libra risings, Leo is your 11th house. So the sun goes into your house of friendships, meaning that you seek connection, you seek to see your friends, you're sort of willing to come out, into the world, depending on your sun sign. Maybe you have your sun in Libra, in Leo in the 11th house as a Libra rising, and you're enjoying being out a lot. But like if your sun is in the 12th house, for example, this might be the more active time for you, unusually active. So yeah, like you seek to be seen in a social gathering kind of context. You make plans to maybe go out to a restaurant. It's interesting because I'll be gone for most of Leo season, so I guess I'll be making new friends as a Libra rising. But there might be like just more get-togethers, more phone calls from friends, more reasons to go out. Maybe your friends are having birthday, maybe you have a lot of Leo friends, which actually isn't that far-fetched because Leo is your house of friendship, so being friends with Leos can come quite naturally to Libra risings. You may focus on putting yourself out there when it comes to your fans a lot more, because 11th house is not just friends, but it's also people that approve of you, recognize your work, like to see your work. So there might be more of that, just like putting yourself out there a lot more. And 11th house deals with volunteer work, with charity. So maybe you're also seeking to give back somehow. And it's not always necessarily like, you know, literal charity, but working with children who need help, or like even helping your grandparents. Anything is considered. But like, yeah, you're sort of just connecting with the larger world and figuring out what your place is. There might also be certain readjustments to your path and to the direction you want to take. For Virgo risings, Leo is the 12th house, so the sun goes into your place of subconscious mind, spirituality, isolation, healing. And for you it might be a bit more introspective, a bit more quiet. Or alternatively, maybe it's not quiet, but you're choosing to shine a lot of light, point your flashlight towards your subconscious. Mercury's in Leo at the same time. Venus goes into Leo on August 11th. So maybe you are looking at your past, trying to understand your self-defeating tendencies, working on something in therapy, or like, you know, you can shine light on subconscious by focusing on your personal subconscious, or you can also do work that heals other people, because 12th house is very much the place of mental asylums, prisons, jails, all that, I know, kind of dark sounding places, but it's the place of people who feel alone. So with the sun in the 12th house, you may definitely find yourself being there for people who feel alone, as well as being there for yourself and revisiting past issues, giving them another chance at healing. And let me know how this shows up for you. Maybe you're already feeling it one way or the other with Mercury being in Leo. For Leo rising, this is super exciting because the sun goes into your first house. This is the most visible you are, possibly all year. Of course, the sun being in your 10th house is also great, but it's more professional. You get a boost in energy. Whenever the sun is in the first house, any planet in the first house is most embodied. We wear it, right? We become it. So sun in the first house might make you really focused on your identity, your physical body, your well-being, your haircut, your nails, and anything like that. So it might be a good time to upgrade your look to fit how you feel inside. Might be the time to be more visible, like maybe you are trying to make it on social media and you start to make more videos. Whatever you've been thinking about, because it's likely during Cancer season with the sun in your 12th house, you may have been pondering a lot of new ideas and not taking action on them. Now is the time to take action, especially with a new moon happening in your first house. There is a sense of building a new version of yourself, and it doesn't have to be a full-blown remodel of your psyche and well-being and physical body, but it could just be like, you know, you're taking a room in your existence and you're fixing it up. But yeah, like lovely time with Venus going in your first house on the 11th. You will be more charming. I'm always a big fan of Venus in the first house. By transit or natally, you get a lot of kind of like the joy of Venus. You start to enjoy life a little bit more, becoming more sensual, becoming better at manifesting and drawing good things into your life. For Cancer rising, Leo is the second house, so your mind is on your money or your sense of self-worth. Of course, you know, second house oftentimes gets narrowed down to just be describing money, but it's so much more. So with the sun in the second house, you might be focusing on your finances and maybe talking to financial advisors, figuring out a better money managing strategy. You may be getting a raise or asking for more money. Definitely financial changes are quite likely. Making a big purchase, of course, is a possibility too. Mercury's here, so I feel like you're likely figuring out ways to make money from your mind. Things like your skills, your knowledge, not necessarily like physical labor. Mars sometimes is more responsible for that. But maybe just like new ideas. How can you bring more cash in? And because it's the house of self-worth, there's also a topic of what makes you feel worthy, what makes you feel secure within yourself, and how can you build more of that. Because Leo just feels happy and secure, and if it's like healthy Leo that is well fed, the sun fed by compliments, just feels worthy based on here I am. So I feel like the sun going into your second house can also make you feel better about yourself. There might be like a natural boost when it comes to your sense of self-worth. For Gemini risings, Leo goes into your third house, and you may enjoy writing. You may sort of like have a lot of new ideas. Your mind will be more active with Mercury there, and Venus goes in on August 11th. So creative writing feels like a theme here. Of course, third house deals with any kinds of skills, applied knowledge, your hands, using your knowledge to build something tangible, to create something of value. So you can see this could be a great time to pick up like an old hobby, to to start doing something that brings you joy and pleasure that maybe mattered to you before, or even like a new thing that go dancing, start knitting, or what is the one where you use like little beads and you string them and you make bracelet or whatever out of it? Let me know if you know. I know the name in Russian, I think. Anyways, I digress. But yeah, like great time for writing, great time for speaking your mind. There might be more opportunities to engage with your neighbors and your siblings, to spend more time with them, more opportunities to take short trips. You're likely to get busier. People who have their sun in the third house natally tend to be quite busy. They have busy schedules. They do a lot. So there just might be like a lot of things going on, which is great, but make sure you're also building a time to rest in your schedule. And it's like creative self-expression is lovely right now. So, that's why I mentioned writing, but also having a blog, having a podcast, starting a YouTube channel, anything like that could be quite successful at this time. For Taurus rising, Leo is the fourth house, so your focus goes towards your family. Maybe you are visiting them, spending time with your family a lot more, shining in your family. Perhaps something exciting is going on in your life and you are reconnecting with your family, and they're like giving you, there might be a lot of attention on you in the family environment. Fourth house also is the place of your home. So you might just have a lot more action happening at home. Maybe you're dating someone and you're having them over. Maybe you're moving. Maybe you're having more parties in your apartment, or changing the place, right? Like selling, buying, renovating. This could be like a lovely time for home improvement. And it's interesting because maybe naturally as a Taurus rising, you sort of like a lot of luxury in your home, or like your home reflects your identity, right? Because it's the place of the sun. But yeah, like if you are upgrading your home at this time, you might just bring more exciting new things into your home. And finally, if you are an Aries rising, since we're moving backwards, for Aries rising, Leo is the fifth house. So this is joyful. Fifth house is the place, it's the joy of Venus. It's the place of fun, creativity, romance, children, pleasure. So when the sun goes into this house, you naturally look for ways to add more joy into your life. This might mean going on more dates. This might mean creating, going out dancing, indulging into fun time, spending time in a really fun way. This might imply connecting with children or dealing with the topics related to children a lot more, because that's what fifth house is as well. So look for ways to have more fun. Look for ways to add excitement into your life. If you're in a relationship, maybe you go on unique dates. Maybe you reconnect with your partner. Maybe you go singing together, painting, karaoke, anything like that. And reconnecting with your inner child could be quite significant at this time, because remember when you didn't care about paying bills and doing laundry and all of that stuff, how fun life was. So it might be a good time to give that child ball and send them off to play. So this is it. I hope you enjoyed this backwards style of doing a video. Of course, if you are just following timestamps, you probably came here from the timestamps. But enjoy this Leo season. Don't be discouraged by the Saturnian energy, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.